Welcome back, agents, to this Division Dispatch Tactical Explainer. Honestly, I'm absolutely thrilled you're tuning in today because the dust storm has officially rolled into New York. And wow, we have a ton of ground to cover. Think of this as your S-tier, no-nonsense guide to maximizing the entire dust storm event. We're going to break down the mechanics, the timelines, and exactly how to optimize your farming runs so you literally don't waste a single minute out there in the field. But hey, real quick, before we deploy, I just have to give a massive shout out to all of you. We just hit exactly 232 subscribers. I mean, that's just incredible. I am so grateful to every single one of you who's joined the ranks. If you haven't yet and you want this kind of efficiency-first intel on a regular basis, definitely hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel out, and more importantly, it keeps you fully briefed. Okay, let's get into it.
So here's our operational itinerary for today. Number 1, the dust storm rolls in. 2, navigating the storm cycles. 3, efficient storm key farming. 4, haven caches and global goals. 5, securing the Rabid D50. And wrapping up with 6, bonus intel and next steps.
All right, starting off with Section 1, the dust storm rolls in, Warlords of New York. So the event is live right now with title update Y8S2.2, and it brings some incredible accessibility while completely transforming the map. Here's the big takeaway. Through the entire duration of the event, all the way up until August 11th, the Warlords of New York expansion is completely free to play. For everyone. If you or maybe a friend in your squad never picked up the expansion, this is absolutely your best window to dive in. You get to deploy and farm right alongside veteran agents, taking full advantage of a super active player base.
Moving on to Section 2, navigating the storm cycles, adapt and overcome.
Now, New York shifts between two very distinct weather states, and this completely dictates your tactical approach. First, you've got the calm dust storm. This one lasts for about 16 to 18 minutes. You'll deal with moderate visibility, and those Dust Devil squads, they'll spawn roughly every 6 minutes. This calm period is really your optimal window to hunt down storm beacons. But then, things shift to the raging dust storm. This is a much shorter, much more intense 8-minute window. We're talking heavy visibility loss, high winds, but during this raging storm, Dust Devils spawn continuously. Seriously, if your squad is dialed in, you can rack up to 48 kills in just one cycle. So you really have to adapt based on which storm is currently active.
Because of those cycles, the most crucial thing to remember is this: mobility is key. Honestly, regardless of whether you're in a calm or a raging storm, sitting in one place is just going to bottleneck your farm. You need to keep moving across the streets, constantly transitioning between zones to force those enemy spawns to trigger more frequently. The more ground you cover, the more engagements you initiate. Keep those boots moving.
Okay, Section 3. Efficient storm key farming. High-value targets.
All right, let's talk about actually optimizing your farming loop. First up, you have 20 storm beacons scattered across the 4 New York zones. These reset daily, they drop loot from the event gear cache pool, and they always spawn a Dust Devil squad. Next, you got to keep track of your kills. After roughly 50 Dust Devil kills, event bosses Paul and Black Lung will spawn together. Tagging your first kill on them drops a guaranteed key, plus a cosmetic headgear replica. Finally, at the end of a full 25-minute storm cycle, you have a chance to encounter the Scoured Hunter. Defeating him for the first time grants a guaranteed key and a really cool unique mask. Do you notice a pattern here? The whole system is deterministic. There's literally zero RNG involved in getting keys from these specific high-value targets.
But to truly optimize your time, you absolutely need to pay attention to this number, 150. You get a daily boost that literally halves your kill requirement for your first 150 keys each and every day. That is massive. It cements this specific block as the absolute most efficient farming window you're going to get. If you only have a limited amount of time to play, make sure you're utilizing this daily boost to quickly stock up on those first 150 keys.
Which brings us to Section 4, Haven Caches and Global Goals. Spending your intel.
So what do you do with all those keys? Head over to the Haven Settlement Vendor. They're located right at the top of the escalator. You have 3 distinct cache types to invest your hard-earned storm keys into. First is the Apparel cache. This one contains 43 vanity items, and the best part? Absolutely no duplicates. If you fully complete this cache, you unlock unique Pulse VFX skin. Then we have the Gear cache, which comes with a very nice 15% chance at exotics, seasonal named items, and of course the new event weapon. Finally, there's the Community cache. Here you can donate up to 200 of your keys toward a global milestone, which unlocks personal rewards at the 1 million, 5 million, and 10 million marks. And speaking of that global milestone, 10 million is the magic number. It's a massive collaborative effort. To unlock that final tier of community cash rewards, the entire player base needs to pull together to hit that 10 million key goal. It sounds huge, and it is, but it's absolutely doable if everyone is logging in and utilizing their daily boosts.
All right, Section 5, Securing the Rabid D50, the headline drop.
Let's talk about why literally everyone wants this weapon right now. The unique talent on the Rabid D50 dictates that headshot kills will ensnare your target. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Once an enemy is ensnared, you deal a massive 25% amplified damage against them. I mean, that is an incredible crowd control talent. It totally makes the Rabid D50 an S-tier tactical choice for locking down those priority targets and just bursting them down quickly.
I do have to warn you about the drop rates, though. While the base version of the weapon has a solid 10% drop chance from those gear caches, there is a highly coveted prototype variant. And, well, look at that tiny sliver on the chart. Yeah, the prototype sits at a razor-thin 1% drop rate. So definitely grab some coffee, because getting your hands on that prototype model is going to require some serious, dedicated farming.
Now for our final segment, Section 6, Bonus Intel and Next Steps. Maximize your deployment.
Let's rapid-fire some extra opportunities you don't want to miss. First, check your special deliveries right now. There's a free parched headgear login reward waiting for you. It's this really slick black variant. Second, the classified assignment McMillan Reservoir Assault is available. Now keep in mind this unlocks via the Season Pass or for 500 premium credits, but it rewards the Old Glory SMG. Third, Kinley College is open right now. They're offering double XP for your first 15 levels, which is fantastic for new players joining during this free period. And lastly, keep an eye out for content creator challenges live in Woney from Charles, NGN, and Romos.
Okay, let's plot out your operational timeline so nothing slips through the cracks. As of July 21st, the Dust Storm is live and Warlords of New York is completely free. But pay very close attention to July 28th. That's when the eligible Twitch drops end, so you basically just have a week for those. And then everything culminates on August 11th. That is the hard deadline. The Dust Storm ends, the Wani free access wraps up, and we instantly pivot into the launch of the Broken Rain Incursion. So you've got 3 weeks on the clock, agents. Make them count.
So my final question to you is this. With so much on the table right now, what are you grinding for first? Are you just chasing the base Rabid D50, or are you risking it all for that crazy 1% prototype variant? Or maybe you're focusing on the community cache to secure the Paul outfit. Drop your primary farming priority down in the comments. I genuinely want to hear what your strategies are. All right, good luck out there in the storm, agents, and as always, keep moving.